Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And today is gonna be a very different video because many of you have asked me to uh, show me my husband's fragrances and what are the fragrances that he uses, what are the fragrances that he likes. And so today I decided that I will go through all his collection of fragrances, and I will put a photo of his fragrances on his display, how he keeps them, somewhere here. And I'm gonna briefly talk about the fragrances and show them to you. And I'm gonna also mention what are the fragrances that he likes, and if there's something that he dislikes, and so stuff like that. And I really hope that you like this video, because many of you have asked me, if I do have so many fragrances, what is the situation with my husband's fragrances? How much does he have? So here they are. Here are his fragrances. So totally random. I'm gonna start totally random. This is the fragrance that I actually got. It's kind of a unisex fragrance, but I gave it to him. So it's the Issey Miyake fragrance, and this is some kind of a limited edition for summer, and he uses this fragrance. I can't say that he particularly likes it. I mean, he says that it's fine and okay fragrance for every day, so I'm fine with that. So here's the fragrance, and I have to replenish it because it's done. It's gone. This is the Calvin Klein one, and we actually do have two fragrances, Calvin Klein one, and both of them are done. So I was the one that introduced him to this fragrance, and he loves this fragrance, and I also like this fragrance. So this is the fragrance. Even though it stays on his part of the rack, I use this fragrance all the time as well. So I actually gave him this one, the Calvin Klein Summer, and this is the fragrance that I like. This is a very fresh and very zesty fragrance, and he uses it and he likes it. And this is one of the fragrances, it's probably the only fragrance that I have this C and K damaged. I don't know how it happened. Probably they did have some problem with the paint at the factory. So next, this is actually the fragrance that he told me that he likes the most from his collection. So this is the Both in Motion, and this is the older version. I do believe he has something in here still, some maybe a spray or two. But then I got him, because for the longest time this fragrance was absent. It was just taken out of production, and I couldn't find it, and I knew that he loved it, but I just couldn't find it. And the ones that I could find, they were on eBay, and first of all, I couldn't trust with how well they were kept by the sellers, and the second of all, I couldn't trust like the authenticity as well, and then the prices were exorbitant. So last year, yeah, it was last year that I saw this one, and this is in motion, and this is in motion as well. So what they did is they this is now it's produced by Coty, so they actually changed the bottle totally, so it was like that, and now it's like this. And he loves this fragrance very, very much, and he uses it very, very often. So he told me that this is his favorite out of the whole fragrance collection that he has. So this is Both in Motion, and actually I do love this fragrance very much, and in my opinion it is very similar to what it was before. Well, you have to understand, this fragrance is like, it's been staying on his shelf like for years, and it was formulated years and years ago, hence ingredients were a bit different, and also some of the ingredients since then were switched to artificial ingredients. So this is essentially the same fragrance. It's just that if there is a difference, the difference is due to the fact that some of the natural ingredients were replaced by artificial. So yeah, then this is the fragrance that I gave him for his birthday, and he loves this fragrance as well. And I also have to say that he's the person that loves fresh fragrances. He loves zesty, fresh citrus fragrances. And also, and it's very interesting, he loves white flowers. So white flowers, freshy and zesty. And when it comes to white flowers, I'm not kidding you, because this is a very, very white flower forward fragrance, and this is Yves Saint Laurent Eau de Parfum. And this one is Myself. It's called Myself. It's a beautiful fragrance. I do love this fragrance, and I sometimes use this fragrance myself. So this is an absolute beast of a performance. It's beautiful, it's very sexy, so I really, really love this fragrance. And he also, since I'm here, so he also has this. I actually got this for him. So this is Myself, but this is the more, well, it's black on black, so to read it, it's a quest. So this is Myself Le Parfum, and essentially it's the same fragrance. This is a bit more like stronger. It's more lavendery in my opinion. So this is Myself Eau de Parfum, and this is Myself Le Parfum, and he told me that he actually likes both of them. And so next fragrance is one of his oldest fragrances in the whole collection, and oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. It's such a beautiful one, and this is Dolce Gabbana Eau de Toilette, and he uses this fragrance, and it is still in such a good condition. I mean, this fragrance is probably, what is 20 something years old, and it's beautiful. It's very, very, very nice. Love it. I love this fragrance on him, and in general this is a very beautiful fragrance profile. So this one is a fragrance that I actually got for myself, and then I believe I left it on the table. I used it and I left it on the table, and he was going somewhere and he took it and he sprayed it on himself, and he actually liked it. He tells me now that he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the performance of this fragrance, and I don't like the performance of this fragrance at all. So this is pink pepper and grapefruit, and this is the only tester that I have in my collection. This is Aqua Colonia. So this is 4711 Eau de Cologne, and I mean, the fragrance is lovely. It is really, really lovely, but the performance is really, really bad. It's like on myself, it lasts maybe an hour, so I don't like this fragrance for that, for the performance. But it's very fresh, it's grapefruity, and it's peppery, so it's zesty, and then it has a bit of a twist, so it's a beautiful fragrance. But you know, I literally have to spray like 20 sprays to be aware that I am wearing a fragrance on myself. So next fragrance, and he's out of this fragrance as well, almost out. So this is the classic Acqua di Gio, and this is the fragrance that initially he didn't like it, although I did tell him that it's a beast of a fragrance. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a very, very popular fragrance, and in fact many women like this fragrance. Then I was talking to my friend about this, that he actually told me that he doesn't love it, and she told him, are you crazy? Are you kind of out of your mind? It's a very sexy beast. So, and now he seems to kind of like this fragrance, and I for once, I love this fragrance. It's beautiful, but I do love Acqua di Gio, and Acqua di Gio like this female version, this kind of greenish one, and then the round bottles, Acqua di Gioia, I do love them. So this one is the fragrance from Armani. I got this fragrance for him, and this is Armani Diamonds, and I do have Armani Diamonds female version, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful fragrance. So yeah, it's good, it's good, and he likes it too, so I'm really happy about that. I'm not mentioning what are the fragrances that I got him, because almost everything I got him, because I love these fragrances. But this one he got for himself, and this is Fleur d'Orange, and it is from Molinard, and we actually got this. He got this one for himself, and I got another one. I got a fig fragrance for myself when we were in France, in Grasse, at the Molinard factory. So he got this one, and he loves this fragrance, and I actually love this fragrance too, so I sometimes steal this fragrance from him. It's very beautiful, and again, this is the confirmation that, you know, some men are actually a bit shy to say that, well, I do love fragrances with flower, like flower forward fragrances, like white flowers, or and for him it was never an issue. He likes it and he wears it, and I'm pretty happy about this myself, because I do love white flowers. This is the fragrance that he doesn't actually, I can't say that he hates the fragrance, but he is kind of indifferent to it. So this is Aqua Marina, and this is from a brand that is called Monotheme Venezia. So this is a kind of a marine, strong marine accord. It's a normal fragrance. I do use it occasionally from time to time. I do like to pair it with something with juniper, so it gives me like more of a unisex vibe, and this is a unisex actually, so but it's fine. I mean, it's a chippy but quite decent. So next fragrance is the fragrance that I got initially for myself, and again, I was using it myself, and he told me that I smelled good, and I just placed this fragrance on his shelf, and he's out of it. He used it up. So this is Yves Rocher, and this is Nature. And Yves Rocher, as if I'm not mistaken, they had a couple of these fragrances in this line, maybe 3 or 4. And this one is the one with the Cypres, and it's good. It's freshy, it's good, it's green, it's aromatic, it's a beautiful one, and he used it up almost everything. So I do have a couple of other fragrances here. So this is Atelier fragrance. Well, this is from Molinard again, and this is the fragrance that he actually made for himself at the Molinard factory, and I made for myself at the Molinard factory another fragrance. And his fragrance is very, very jasmine-y. It's like jasmine. It's a very kind of indolic jasmine, white flowers. It's a beast of a fragrance. It's the performance is outstanding, and it was actually when we created our fragrances, the lady that was like following us and giving us advices, she told us just to keep this fragrance intact for like 3 weeks. It has to macerate, and then you will start using it, and that's what we did. And he's using this fragrance, and it's such a beautiful white flower fragrance. It's just an amazing fragrance. It's really, really good. But I would say it's very unisex. It's just because that he loves this fragrance. He loves white flowers, and white flowers don't smell feminine on him at all. They just smell like white flower, but not like in a feminine way. Next one is the fragrance that we got on the Fragonard, at the Fragonard factory when we were. It was like the same trip. We went to Grasse for my birthday, and so we made sure that we'll visit every single big factory and the museum and everything like that. So so this is the Fragonard L'Etoile, and he chose this fragrance for himself, and he loves it. It's beautiful. I might say that it's a bit of a feminine vibe for me. I do use this fragrance as well. I sometimes steal this fragrance from him. I love it. It's a beautiful one. And the last one from the big fragrances, because he has some like smaller sized fragrances, is this one is the Calvin Klein one summer. I sometimes give him my Calvin Kleins, and he helps me to use them up, or to kind of to love them a little bit more, and then I switch them. And so this is the fragrance that I absolutely love. I do have two of them actually. One is on my shelf and another is on his shelf. It's a beautiful, beautiful beast. And I do remember I did have one Calvin Klein, and it was a limited edition for summer. It was Calvin Klein Electric. It had this electric green, sort of acid green colored bottle. It was fantastic, and the smell was fantastic, and the bottle was fantastic. And I got it for myself, but he used this fragrance, all of it, like, and I was like, damn. And I couldn't buy it, I couldn't replace it because it was like a limited edition. So anyway, here are some smaller fragrances that he has. So this is Bvlgari, and this is Terrae Essence, and this is a man version. He uses this fragrance. He's not a particular fan of this fragrance for some reason. I actually like it. It's quite beautiful, and he does have these two. So essentially, these are the same the same line, obviously. So this is, what are you? You are it's Bvlgari Man Wood Essence, and it's a Bvlgari Man Glacial Essence. And the Glacial Essence is a fragrance that I actually like very much, and I did use it once. It's just because you see, this is a spray bottle, which is fantastic, and this is a dabber bottle that I absolutely hate, and he does hate the dabber bottles as well. So what I have to do is that I have to buy these little spray bottles and just put these fragrances in the spray bottles, so we will be able to use them. So this one is the Boss bottle, the classic one, and also he might have used it once, because, you know, this is just not the way we like to use the fragrance. Same goes with this one. This is a classic one, Stronger Review by Armani. So this is the classic, the first one, which is good. It's just that it's not very convenient to use it. And so this one, I do have the same bottle, but mine is full actually. So this is Giovanni Maria Farina, and this is it says it's 1709, and this is the fragrance that was the first and original Eau de Cologne. Giovanni Maria Farina was the guy who created Eau de Cologne, who created this fragrant water to cover up the stench, the smell in the streets of Cologne, of Köln in Germany, and he became famous for that, and then all the other brands followed. And yeah, but there's a big story behind all this. So next one is again Armani Code, and this is the classic Armani Code. And again, this one I do believe he didn't even touch this one, again because of the absence of the spray. This one has a spray, and this one is Narcisse Eau de Toilette, and this is the fragrance that he created. We were together when we created these fragrances. I created mine, he created his own. We were at the Fragonard factory, and we did have this kind of little teeny tiny master class of like 15 minutes, and we created a fragrance. And so this is his with a Narcisse fragrance. So it's a yellow fragrance, a yellow flower fragrance. So this is Acqua di Giorgio Armani. So this is actually a big brother, and this is the smaller teeny tiny brother. This the same fragrance again. It's a dabber bottle, it's not a spray bottle, that's why it's barely used. So I do have this one, and this one is Calvin Klein one, and this is a bigger bottle. I believe it's like 15 ml. Let me check. How much is there? Yeah, 50. It's 15 ml. So I might just put it in here, and that's how he's gonna use it up. And last but not least, I do have, no, it's not last, so this one is the fragrance Armani Code. It's almost empty. This is Armani Code. This one and this one, they are the same, but this one, it has a sprayer, and this one doesn't have a sprayer. And also, these are the last fragrances, and these are the fragrances we got at the Galimard factory in Graz. We actually got a big set. There were 3 female, 3 male fragrances. There are his male fragrances, this Sportissimo. He is almost out of it. I mean, there's just a drop of it. Sportissimo is very, very beautiful. It's very nice. He also get this one, which is Mezzanotte, which is an amazing fragrance as well. It's very good as well. And then the last one is Aigues Vives Intense. So it's a bit kind of woody and kind of evergreen fragrance. So this is his part of the set. So here are all the fragrances that he owns. Actually, if you're interested, I'm gonna put all the names of all the fragrances down below in case you want to know the names. So here is this collection, and I do think it's kind of a good and realistic collection. And as you can see, he uses the fragrances. He doesn't like this one is almost empty. This one is almost empty. There's so many fragrances. This one is like half empty. This one is almost half empty. So these are the fragrances that he uses, and he actually uses a lot of fragrance. He makes maybe like something between 12 to 15 sprays every time he uses fragrance. So he always makes sure that he has a good sillage on himself. So I'm happy about that, because I do love to smell good fragrance on people. And yeah, so give thumbs up to this video, to him as well, to his collection of fragrances. And please let me know what are the fragrances that your partner or your husband has. Are there any fragrances that are similar, or like the same line, or like just exactly same fragrance? Let me know, I'm curious. And yeah, I wish you a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday, and thank you for your attention. And I will make sure one day I will make video about my fragrances, and I will show you my fragrances that I have. It's just so much to do. There's so much work. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.